Okay guys, I'm gonna help get you started. First thing, let's read the directions. Which of the following equations have the same solution? Give reasons for your answer that do not depend on solving the equations. I'm okay if you don't do that and you actually solve each equation because we are reviewing how to solve equations at this point. But I will explain what they mean by give reasons for your answer that do not depend on solving them. Okay, let's look at number 1. If you can recall from solving equations, you have to isolate or get the x's together on one side and the plain numbers together on the other to solve. Okay, I like to draw a line. I'm going to move 5x over to the x, and remember you always do the opposite operation. That's a positive 5x, so I'm going to subtract it over. That goes away on this side, and that leaves me with negative 4x plus 3 equals, and that's a negative 4. Make sure when you bring the 4 down, you bring that minus or that negative with it. Okay, now what you do the one side, you have to do the other. I've got to take the 3 over to the negative 4. Well, it's positive, so I'm going to subtract it over. And that's going to leave me with negative 4x equals negative 7. So far, so good. Now, we're going to, last step, divide. That's negative 4 times x, so you're going to divide by negative 4. So my answer, you're not going to get a whole number when you divide that, so I'm just going to leave it. Negative over negative become a positive, because negative divided by negative is a positive. So positive 7/4 is the answer for that one. And what you will do, solving wise, is you would just solve each equation to arrive at your answer, and then you can write down out here to the side somewhere, like for instance, I don't know which ones match what, but you may say that equation 1, equation 3, and equation 6 go together, and then you can say equation 2 and equation 5 match. Their answers were the same. So after you solve and get all your answers, you'll just make a note out to the side somewhere of the ones that had the same solution. Okay, now let me go back and explain what it meant by, hold on a second, here we go. Give reasons for your answer that do not depend. Like, how could I say that equation 1 and 2 are the same solution, or they're not, by not even solving it? Well, let's look. Let's see. Well, common sense tells me, if you'll look at the first one, it was x plus 3. I'm right here, guys. I'm looking at this equation. X plus 3 equals 5x minus 4. Well, common sense tells me that if on this one I'm subtracting 3 from x instead of adding 3, and then on this side I'm adding 4 to 5x instead of subtracting 4 from 5x, common sense tells me that those two are not going to have the same solution. That's what it meant by reasoning. And if you see something obvious like that and you would like to make a note explaining how you know that that's not going to work, that's great. That shows me that you're reasoning. But the main thing is I want you to solve each one to get back in the practice of solving equations, and then tell me which ones had the same solution. Okay, let me know if you need me.